Good Monday morning, guys. My name is Jerry Miller, and welcome to Real Talk with Keith Smith. Thank you kindly for joining us on a glorious Monday morning in January in 2023. Markets are green, and that makes everybody happy. Parents are left with their hands in the air as many schools are on a 2-hour delay, and the word on the street is you're challenged when your children are at home, and you have to get work done, and you have to take care of things at the casa. My heart goes out to all the stay-at-home moms and dads on this 2-hour delay, the first delay of school of the new year. Judah Whitkowers, our enterprising director, and boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, German Shepherds and Chow Chows of all ages. Keith Smith is in the house. Keith Smith is in the house. Keith Smith is in the house. Let's welcome the distinguished gentleman to the program. Fresh from Seattle, where?
Yeah, we had grandbaby number 3 born. We were super excited. It was getting close there because
I know
we had.
I was worried.
Everybody was a little worried. This was supposed to happen on the 31st and ultimately happened on the 7th. These things happen when they're ready to happen.
Absolutely.
And our flight left Seattle time yesterday, I think around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and little Miss Ravenna Elizabeth Yasmina Weidel was born at 10:26. Now
that name one more time, please.
So it's Ravenna.
Ravenna?
Ravenna.
Okay.
So Ravenna is a little section of Seattle. It's where they kind of connected their lives.
Okay.
It's also a city in Italy.
Okay.
It means raven. And Elizabeth, which is the, let me get this, I'll probably screw this up and Yvonne will correct me, I'm sure, is the first name of Houston, which is our husband's grandmother. Then Yasmina, which is our oldest daughter's name, is the third name, and then Weidel is the surname, the last name.
I love it. So your oldest daughter
flew in,
gets honored in her niece's moniker.
Was in tears. She flew in, which was really cool. She flew in for a hot mess, flew in a couple of days before, flew out, and the baby was born 10:26 Pacific Standard Time, and she had to catch a flight at 1 o'clock, so she got to see the baby.
For about 90 minutes?
About not even that. And
about 48 minutes?
Not even that.
About 30 minutes?
Maybe a hot couple of minutes.
Okay.
Enough to snap a couple of pictures. I didn't even get a chance to see the baby because I got told.
You were driving.
I was taking her to the airport.
Good thing you drive fast.
Well, he's got a really pretty cool GTI. So I worked gears. It's been a while since I worked a 5-speed, but
I like it.
We worked the gears and
I like
got her there on time and got her off, and we caught our flight. And I was just thinking on the way over here, this has been 3 weeks since I've sat behind this mic. I'm a rookie again.
You've been missed, my friend.
Yeah, I miss doing it. I honestly miss sitting here doing this. I really do.
Wish Keith Smith congratulations, and Yonna Smith congratulations.
Yeah.
They have grandchild number 3.
Number 3, yeah.
The second daughter. Granddaughter.
Yeah. Let the first words out of my mouth was let the spoiling begin.
There you go.
So we were responding. Yeah, we're super excited.
How was Seattle? And Johnny Ornella says, Happy New Year. I just got in this week, amigos. Buenos dias, chicos. The mayor of McIntyre, Bill McChesney, is watching the program literally as we speak. Johnny Ornella shared the show. Grayson in North Downtown watching the program literally as we speak.
Thank you.
Viewers and listeners, jump in with comments and questions.
Please.
I see them on the feed right now. How was Seattle?
If somebody took a look at my Facebook post, it was 12 days of no sun. We like the sun, so this was a challenge. This was a challenge for us. No sun, 41, 42 degrees, rain every day, and it's not that downpour kind of rain like we had yesterday. It's this light. It's
just a drizzle.
It's this constant drizzle. But the coffee's off the chart. So we had some really good coffee. I'm now a new lover of Thai food.
Oh.
This is a new thing. I got introduced to Thai food. There's a thing. it's a new experience for me. So who knows? I'm on Wednesday. I'm going to be the big 6-0, and I'm learning.
Big 6-0 for Wednesday.
Wednesday, we're going to have. You might have to put a little something on top of your hair on Wednesday. I'm sorry.
Okay. On Trustame number 4.
On Trustame number 4.
Todd Rath is watching.
Hey,
He's
Todd.
the mayor, the king of cider. The owner of Blue Toad Hard Cider. Maybe we have some cider on Wednesday?
We can get some cider on Wednesday. You know what? I'll go ahead and run up to the store, see if I can pick some up. That'll be a good thing to break on. I had a great conversation with him. He's an awesome human.
He says, good morning, Keith and family. I will be in touch, and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
We have the mayor of Gordonsville, Jamie Turner, watching the program. He's repping the pep and call
We
pepper.
stopped. It's our annual, so when we go from north-south, DC or whatever, we swing by always to grab a little barbecue. So we timed it just about right to catch the barbecue. We were going through the snow because they closed, I think on Sundays, was it 8 or 7? I think we made
You're
it.
talking barbecue exchange?
Yeah, I think we made it just in time to grab some to go. I think Yonna ordered it as we were driving home. But that's our tradition is we always stop and grab some barbecue, or if we've got time, we do well hung.
Neil Williamson, are you
Williams
watching the program?
restaurant.
We're giving you little props right now. One of the best restaurants in town.
But I was a little tired, and we just grabbed it and got home and caught the last of the football game and tried to hit the rack, and that did not happen until about 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm working on coffee number 3.
By hitting the rack, I think he means bedtime.
Oh, sorry
Get
about
your
that.
head out of the gutter, viewers and listeners.
No.
I think he means bedtime over there.
No. It's a Marine Corps
I
term.
know it is.
It's a Marine. Well, actually, it's a naval term.
I've missed you, my friend.
I know. It's a naval term well, let me rephrase it. It's a Marine Corps term that the Navy adopted. It's really a naval term that the Marine Corps adopted, but of course, as a Marine, I've got to say it's the other way around.
The mayor of McIntyre, Bill, says congratulations
Thank you,
and
Bill.
welcome back. You were missed.
Thank you.
You're getting some props as well, Keith Smith, from let's see here, Leslie, is it Larson? Yes, Leslie Larson watching the program, giving you some props. You're getting some love from Ann Clark Ramey as we speak.
Oh, cool.
We have another grandchild in the Keith and Yonna Smith family tree.
Yeah, grandchild number 3. If you check on my Facebook page, you'll see some photos of it. There was this whole. I was very proud of myself. Yonna and I said we're not going to do any posting until the kids do it first, and the kids did it. Then I said okay, and I started posting because there's a thing that 60-year-old people.
You
do.
love posting.
It's a thing, right? So I love posting, but it was a lot of fun. I'm glad to be back. We did some business away. Go figure. Did quite a bit of business.
Closed some deals?
Yeah, we put a couple homes on the market, sold a couple of homes when we were gone, and thank God we've got a great team and that we put together and we handled it. But multiple offers, that kind of thing. Right location, right price, right features, right conditions. Put them on literally the 1st of January and had them under contract on the 3rd of January. So
that's amazing. Whereabouts?
We're not closed. We'll kind of leave that alone for the moment.
Okay.
I don't want to, the whole thing that, getting on contracts is one thing, closing is something else.
That's true.
And I'm a bit of a suspicious, not suspicious. What's the word I'm looking for?
Superstitious.
It was close. There you go. Making up new words again. It's not even.
Keith.
We're not even 15 minutes into it.
I speak, Keith.
After 3 weeks, I'm making up new words. So. We're superstitious lot, so I don't want to put any bad juju on a deal.
Judah's missed the Keith talk. Look at Judah's chuckling. I missed it as well. I certainly missed it as well.
Yeah.
Where do you want to begin? Should we chat at real estate? Where do you want to chat?
I have no idea.
What's the first topic you want to talk about?
It's funny. You get the grandpa brain, and that's all you want to talk about is being grandpa. Speaking of which, how's it going in the Miller household? We are how old is
6 weeks?
Wow. And your in-laws are still here?
They left this weekend.
Oh, so how's it going? Just the two of you guys.
It's going well. Kevin Higgins, hello. Welcome to the program. Kevin Higgins, the mayor of Greenwood, says congrats to your family, Granddad. I'm sure there is nothing like it. The 3 girls are lucky to have you as their grandfather.
Oh, wow. That's great. Well, it's 2 girls and a boy.
Yeah, two girls and a boy.
2 girls and a boy, and the 2 girls are literally. I'm flying home going, okay, so how can I equally spoil both of them, right? Because it's a thing, right? Because you don't want to favor one over the other, and how do we do that, and how do we get to see them, and we're excited about them coming back. So, look, I ran some numbers when I was out there, all kinds of great stuff. You know, I figured some folks are going to want to talk a little bit about, you know, where the market has gone in the last 5 years. So Judah's prepared some slides. So we do this the beginning, well, we're about a couple of weeks behind because usually we do it the first week of January, actually 2 weeks behind on it. But what I start doing is taking a look at what happened in 2022 versus this other years. So I started in the car footprint. So that's the Charlottesville Area Association. I'm not on the board anymore. I don't care.
I know. I got a little freedom over here. No,
I've got a lot of freedom.
I like it.
It freed up some stuff for me to take care of some medical stuff. So on that end of it. So single family, slide 1, if you don't mind, Judah.
I got them in front of me as well, J-Dubs.
Single family detached year over year. We drop out new construction. We talk about this all the time, right? So we dropped up new construction. So what I really wanted to look at was volume of units sold and price, right? So where did we end up in the total car footprint? And for those that are listening, I'm also working on each jurisdiction, big subdivisions, so this will be coming in the next week or so. And please tell me how you like the slides.
I think the slides are elegant.
Yeah, well,
succinct, clear, easy to navigate and read with large numbers and
colors.
Because I speak Keith, I have a feeling slide 1, the whole mission of slide 1 is to say, hey, 2022 is a lot like 2019.
You think? Could I have been right? So talk about competitive. I got to change a little bit. So if you can tag Harry Tyson, I'd appreciate it.
I will tag Harry Tyson right now. Harry Tyson, are you watching?
So we were betting, the whole family was betting on times, sex, right? So just to say, I'm going to say this out loud. I called 1029, and we were using Price is Right rules.
Can't go over.
Can't go over.
If you go over, you lose.
You go over, you lose.
Okay, I'm with you.
Right. And 1026, so I won, and I won the sex.
Oh, what'd you win?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. A $12 2-scoop waffle cone ice cream?
Oh, no.
Inflation's not a problem. Go ahead.
Inflation is not a problem. I'll tell you, it is out in Seattle. Holy schmoly. I think
Put it in perspective for us.
$5 a gallon for gas.
Good Lord.
Over $5.
Put it in perspective for us with groceries and food. $5 a gallon gas is expensive.
So I found it was actually cheaper to go out to eat than buy food in the grocery store.
Cheaper to go out to eat than to buy food at the grocery store. That's terrifying.
It was cheaper to go out and eat than buy food in the grocery store. But anyway, so I won, right? And there was a big conflict between Harry Tyson and myself because he kind of got some of the time differences because we were doing all PST times, right? So anyway, so I won that. So look, we've been talking about this to the run up to the end of 2022.
We have.
That I think that we were going to be looking close to 2019, and darn it, we're awfully close. I've been saying all along, I think volume at the end of 2022 we would look more like 18 and 19. So we closed, this is single family detached only. We closed 2,722 at the end of 22, and in 18 and 19 19 was 2,792 and 18 was 2,683. It's awfully close, right? But 2021 was huge. There was 623 units sold less in 22 versus 21. So 21 was the home run year.
You got slide 1 up? Let's keep slide 1 up. People are asking for that data here. Now, this question's already come in, how 2023 is going to shape up with 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018. What's your prediction? Should you bust out the crystal ball?
I was just thinking we should have got crystal balls. We were. I was a little late for my pre-production meeting this morning.
Quentin had the crystal ball on Friday.
Did he?
And he was astonished with how heavy they were.
Yeah, they are.
Those balls are heavy.
They're heavy, and I don't think we have a crystal ball camera set up.
Oh, he can do it with this one over here.
Ah, got it. Okay, so maybe I'll go ahead and pull it out a little bit. Look, so I think I think we're actually going to see, so if everybody looks at slide number 1.
Slide 1, look now.
218, bottom right corner. So it was interesting, 2017, there was 2,434 units sold, and that was below 2018 by 249. I think we're going to be looking closer to 2018. I think we're going to be looking, when we do this show next year at this time, we're probably going to be somewhere between 2,400 and 2,600 sold. Price is always going to be the big issue, right? And I think price is going to be where we're at. But, inventory is, what did we ban that word? And somehow or another.
Now it's back.
Now it's back because
back.
It is what it is. This inventory thing is just going to get worse. And we could talk a little bit why I think it's going to get worse.
Please do. Question has come in that's a little on the early part of what you were talking about in the show.
Sure.
Can you pump your own gas in Seattle?
Yes.
You can.
Great question.
Yeah.
Jersey, you can't, right?
New Jersey, you can't, but Seattle, you can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Okay.
you can pump your own gas, and everybody goes to Costco. The lines are like a freaking mile long to get gas because it's like 10 cents less. Or
This question's come in: is the coffee truly fresher in Seattle?
Wow, great question. I got to tell you, I totally dug the coffee there.
Okay.
Totally dug the coffee. The Airbnb we stayed at was a little mom and pop coffee place right on the corner. It was 2 houses away, something like that. It was really good. But if anybody ever goes out to Seattle, and this is no big secret, I'm not a huge Starbucks fan, right? I've never really been a huge Starbucks fan because I always want to support local. But
Starbucks was founded there.
If you have an opportunity to go to a Starbucks Reserve, there's only a few of them in the world.
Starbucks Reserve?
Reserve.
I never even heard of that.
Google it.
Okay.
They have, I sent you and Jerry, you and Judah.
I saw that.
A picture.
Looked like you were drinking bourbon around 6:30 in the morning.
It was about 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, that's the other thing. Because there was no effing sun out, I could never figure out what time it was.
Okay.
It's a thing.
It's like Alaska.
I couldn't figure out what time it was. The jet lag probably had something to do with that too. But this is off the charts good. Like I tried to actually take some home. They wouldn't let you take it out of the reserve. You couldn't get it to go.
Okay.
It's a bourbon infused coffee that is off the charts. And what they do is they age it in Knob Creek barrels. Ooh. And they serve it like a bourbon with a big ice cube in it. And I love milk in my.
Amazing.
I love milk in my coffee, but you don't do this.
Milk and bourbon don't mix.
They don't mix.
Okay.
At least I don't think they do. But if anybody has an opportunity to do that, it's worth it. It is unbelievably delicious.
John Blair, welcome to the program.
Hey,
Watching
John.
in the fabulous city of Stanton right now. All right, people are wanting slide 1, and they're literally asking, Keith, why do you think 2023 sales volume is going to shape up like 2018 sales volume? Is this interest rates?
No, I think it's volume. Okay. I really think interest rates have kind of
plateaued.
No, I'm not so sure. Interest rates themselves. I think it's gonna be like a basketball, man. It's just gonna be going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's really a Scott Morris question.
Ross Mortgage
on it. It's gonna be purely volume. It's gonna be purely what's available to buy. And it's not the buyer profile. Like I said, we put on a couple of homes, right location, right price, right features, right conditions. By the time we hit go, we had within 24 hours multiple offers on them. And if you're hitting all 4 of these, and then we got 2 more to talk about, but if you hit all those 4 rights, on the list side, it's going to sell. Now the trick is know what the right location is. Right? So micro locations are going to matter in 2023. They matter already. They've mattered pretty much at the end of the second half to the end of 2022. The beginning of 2022, if you take a look at the numbers, it didn't really matter where you were, right? Now where matters, usually. Can't talk about the specifics. But there's a home that we were actually put on the market by 2 attorneys. It's a petition suit.
Okay.
Partition suit, excuse me. You know what that is?
Tell us.
So that's, in this case, it's not, but it's typically when there's a contested divorce, and the judge says you will sell the house. Make a long story short. So 2 attorneys are working for us, and the judge actually sets the price. We don't set the price. And we put that on a month ago, and that home is still sitting because it's not in the right location. It's not in the right features. It's going to be not the right price. It doesn't have the right features. It's in great condition. So in order for us to move that, there's only one thing I can change is the price. And in that case, the sellers, the owners, which is actually a brother-sister conflict going on, can't control the price. I can't control the price. Only the judge can control the price. You have to go back to the judge to lower it. So it's only proof that if you're in the right location, right price, right features, right condition, market moves. It's just a volume thing.
Which segment of the market are you not seeing move? And then we got more slides for you viewers and
We
listeners.
do have
I'll get
more
to these
slides.
questions.
So I'm going to stick with my pear-shaped rubber band, right? It's pretty much there, right? You know, the mid-2022 rubber band was stretched out fine. It didn't matter where you were selling. If you put a house on the market, you had multiple offers. That rubber band has moved in closer to the center of the city, and it's kind of pear-shaped up towards Stanton, Waynesboro, Augusta County. So you're going to come around that, around Green, certain parts of Fluvanna, kind of cut Fluvanna in half. I think you're not going to see much action in Buckingham. Kind of loop back around from Albemarle, Crozet, and then work your way up. Hope that visual made sense on that. But that's where it's going to be. And within that pear-shaped thing, there's going to be micro markets, right? And you've got to hit all these 4 things to move. And then timing matters, and then who's on the other side is going to matter even more going forward.
Tell us about slide number 2, my friend.
Slide number 2, prices, right? So
slide 2. Judah, good job.
Thank you, Judah.
Look at
or
Judah.
God with a small G.
That's why they call him the young coward. Should we show his face?
You know what? He's better looking than the 2 of us.
Show the face, Judah Wickauer. Put him on screen with the 3-shot. Say hi to your adoring fans.
So while people are looking at that, is a slide up?
Yeah, slide. Well, we got to show Judah Wickauer's face.
Oh, okay, got it.
Are you waving and saying hi to everybody?
I can sip my coffee. Hi, everybody.
We can go back to slide 2. We're huge fans of Judah Wickauer over here.
Judah, can you put 2 slides side by side? Is that possible?
That might be difficult to read.
Okay, got it.
Because wouldn't they be a little small, most likely?
They're going to be smaller. I can do it.
Can you flip from one to the other pretty easily?
Yeah.
Got it. So what's important to look here.
So slide 2 is up. Viewers and listeners, look at the screen.
So take a look at the lovely colors and take a look at the bars, the way they move.
I like them.
Right. Yeah, so there's a story behind the slides because
You did a good job.
My almost delivered elementary school teacher daughter.
Oh, she proofed these.
No, not only she proved me.
She did these.
No, I did.
She make
I did them.
What program are you using for this?
Come on, PowerPoint.
Okay. Very nicely. Good job, Keith.
Yeah. No, do you remember the first slide I sent?
Oh, I do.
It was the same information.
Yeah, these are better.
I held the 2 up, and my children are much like you, very direct with me.
Oh, they don't hold back.
They do not hold back.
Yeah.
And
which is how you raise them.
That's exactly right. Slide 1 sucked. Slide 2 was better. Okay, that's all I needed to know. But if you take a look at my slide 2 on it, you just see how the prices increased. So this is a visual. If you can bounce between the 2, I'd appreciate it, Judah. This is the visual that we're going to continue to see price appreciation in the right location, with the right features, with the right in the right condition. It's not going to be these huge jumps, right?
And these are massive jumps. I want to put in perspective for those that strictly listen to the audio version of the show.
There you go.
So slide 2 talks about single-family detached sales prices.
Correct.
Slide 1 was volume, like actual homes sold.
Correct.
But to put it in perspective on slide 2, in 2022, the median sales price and the car footprint, Charlottesville, Albemarle, Fluvanna, Green, Nelson, and Louisa counties, $430,000, the median sales price. In 2018, the
Look at-
median sales price
look at
was
2017.
$312,000.
Look at 2017.
2017, the median sales price was $299K.
It's 130 grand.
That's massive.
It's 130,000.
131,000.
Correct. I rounded it.
Yeah.
$130,000 increase in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 17 is 6. In 6 years, we went up. Our volume went up from 2017, so it's the bottom right corner on the slide. I couldn't figure out how to put an extra bar in there. That was really the reason.
This is perfect.
But don't tell anybody.
5 bars is great.
Do me a favor. Don't tell anybody.
We won't tell anybody.
They couldn't figure out how to do it. And when when your daughter was about this close to giving birth,
Yeah,
hey
yeah,
honey,
you
how
leave
you
it
gonna-"
alone.
Yeah.
You leave it alone, right?
I got sharp instruments thrown at me. 2,400 versus 2,700. Who's smart enough to do the math on that? What's the difference
Between what?
2,400 and 2,700? That's 300.
278?
Well, you did the exact numbers. I rounded them down, right?
Yeah, and he also didn't talk into the microphone,
Yeah,
so no one heard what he said.
So it's a roughly.
In front of me.
Oh, it is right in front of you. Okay. Folks are saying here they can't hear you. Just giving you a heads up on the comment section.
You should talk like this.
Usually you want to be about a fist away from the mic over there. Go ahead there, Keith Smith.
It's a couple 300.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, yeah, but there's also 600 units year over year, 21 versus 22. So we're going to be looking. So what's important, I think, single family detached now, no new construction. And I've got new construction slides here, and we can cover them in future shows here or today. The bottom line is we're going to be looking somewhere, I think, between 17 and 18, somewhere between 2,500 to 2,600, 2,400, plus or minus a couple of units year over year this time next year. And you're probably going to be looking at somewhere between a 3 to 6% year over year. We're okay?
You're okay. I mean, Charlottesville's Finest is literally right outside our studio right now.
Oh.
But I think you're okay. Judy, you're okay? Keith's okay over here.
Oh, let me double check.
My pulse is still active.
So
Judy,
that would be the bravest, by the way.
Yeah.
Finest is PD, bravest
Yeah,
is...
Charlottesville's, okay. Is Bravest the fire? Is it the fire department or the police department, Judah?
It's fire.
Okay, it's fire. Are they coming in here?
They're worried about these numbers?
No, are they worried about?
I think they like the color slides.
Michael Plecker, one of the Shenandoah Valley's finest backstops.
And Mr. Pantops.
The mayor of Pantops, the
Mayor
king
of
of
Pantops.
Pantops,
There you go.
the king of Fontana.
There you
Michael
go.
Plecker says this, yes, Realty Partners, Michael Plecker, a catcher in the New York Mets farm system at one time, all-around A-plus guy, Michael Plecker, a man who's outkicked his coverage with his beautiful wife, Michael
Oh,
Plecker.
good.
I can continue, Michael Plecker, if you like. He says the arrow will be pointing sideways for 2023 as far as values go.
So he thinks it's going to stay flat.
Do you think it's going to stay flat, or do you think it's going to go down? And Neil Williamson says the fire department is there because Keith is on fire.
Did he really say
He
that?
did say that. He did say that. He did say that. Hello, Neil Williamson.
Yes, I will donate this year. I'll donate
He's
now.
on fire.
Did he really say that? You make it.
No, Keith is on fire.
Yeah,
That's why the fire department is there.
There you go. Thank you. Or maybe it's this 60 thing I got going on.
Oh,
here.
his 60th birthday is coming up, and
On
word on
Wednesday.
the street is he may be losing his mustache this summer.
I don't know.
You think you're going to win the bet now? I will say this. The dynamics of this bet have shifted.
Oh, without a doubt.
I still think Neil is slightly favored
Yeah,
to win this bet,
yeah.
but it is not nearly as slam dunk a victory as I thought it was. The dynamics have shifted. And you know why the dynamics have shifted?
we ought to compare that to the market moving forward.
First, we should talk about what the bet is.
Okay.
You want to tell them the bet?
You tell the bet.
It's associated with upzoning.
I'm going to drink my coffee.
Was it June 19th?
June 19th, yeah.
The over-under on the bet was June 19th of this year. Neil Williamson, the president of the Free Enterprise Forum, an all-around A-plus guy, a champion for housing everywhere for everyone, says upzoning will be improved by Charlottesville City Council by June. The mayor just walked by.
The mayor just walked
The mayor just walked by the studio. Neil Williamson says the upzoning will be approved by Charlottesville City Council before June 19th. Keith Smith says, no way, Jose.
No, I didn't say that.
Upzoning will not be approved by Charlottesville City Council by June 19th. Now, one of the intriguing factors that has thrown a wrinkle into this bet is the resignation of Cena McGill.
Very much so.
The resignation of Cena McGill,
So what
the fact that they still don't have a city manager, the fact that the city attorney quit and resigned.
Keep on going.
Where do you want to go next?
I think that was enough.
I think that was good right there. So
enough.
Cena McGill resigns, the city attorney resigns, and now they're focused on filling Cena McGill's spot.
I'm not so sure. I'm sorry, Neil, that I actually had to think about this on the way flying from west to east. I'm not so sure her resigned. No, Juan Diego's vice mayor, right?
Cena McGill's the vice mayor.
I don't Juan Diego.
I'll confirm.
I think Juan Diego is, if I remember correctly. But it's really, it's a.
It doesn't matter.
A mayor, vice mayor.
The titles don't matter.
The titles doesn't matter. Yeah. Everybody gets one vote on it.
Oh, Juan Diego Wade's vice mayor.
Yeah,
I stand corrected. You were right. You were right. Cena McGill was previously vice mayor.
There you go.
You're 100% right.
Yeah, so now it becomes 4 votes instead of 5 votes. Right?
Well,
so they still have to hit.
They're still going to try to fill the seat before they vote on the upzoning.
That's interesting. So if they I have to text Neil when we're done because I'm laying
You can
out.
just talk to him now if you want.
I'm laying out the rest of January to see what Fridays he has available, so we can really debate this with Neil present. Of 35 years of doing this. Soon to be 36 years, good Lord. When somebody new comes in on the board, I don't know if that's going to change the dynamics or not, Certain jurisdictions it might. I'm not really sure Charlottesville it will change the dynamics that much because, look, I think Cena was in favor of it.
Oh, she was definitely pro-upzoning.
My suspicion...
100% pro-upzoning.
My suspicion is whoever they appoint, because that's what they're going to do.
They're going to put someone that's like-minded.
I would think so, yeah.
Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah. So I think we're fine. I think if it goes... It really depends on the who.
This is my point I was making here, and Neil Williamson says all you have to do is count to 3 on a 5-person council. If you get 3 votes, then you get upzoning. Everyone and their mother knows Michael Payne is in favor of upzoning.
Yep.
Everyone and their mother, right? The question is, are Lloyd Snook and Brian Pinkston in favor of upzoning? And I think Lloyd Snook and Brian Pinkston are not slam ducks upzoning.
So it could be a 2-2 split.
Well, and my primary point was...
assuming they don't seat somebody.
My primary point was, does Cena McGill's resignation take council's eye off the prize of business that they were otherwise trying to push forward?
Well, I honestly don't think it does.
You don't think it distracts them?
As you were speaking, and the more I think about it, it's not before them anyway at this point, right? It's still in the planning commission world, right? And I don't want to geek out too much on that, but it hasn't. And Neil, maybe something happened in the last 3 weeks, and I missed it. But I don't think they've had their first public hearing yet at the planning commission for this. I may be wrong, but and Neil will jump in and correct me one way or the other. But it really hasn't been formally handed off from the planning commission to the city council. Excuse me, I called it the board earlier. To the city council. So it's still in staff / planning commission / public hearing world. So everybody understands this. There'll be 2 series of public hearings, right? There'll be at the planning commission level, and then at the city council level before it gets voted on. And if I'm saying anything wrong, Neil, please correct me.
He always does.
I know he does.
He always does.
Always does.
I mean, here, Neil.
It impacts how much I donate every year to him.
This is a legitimate question for the viewers and listeners. And Bill McChesney says he's going to apply for the interim spot and vote against the upzoning.
There you go.
The mayor of McIntyre.
Yeah. So there you go. If you have, but seriously though.
No, I mean that's completely legitimate. We
want
as many applicants as possible.
Yeah,
Do we not?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But if somebody, that's the point. So if somebody could get in, it depends the who really matters here. So if somebody gets in, my mustache might be looking better. The fate of my mustache.
He says Charlottesville only does 1 public hearing, Neil.
Got it. Thank you.
Only 1 public hearing.
It's only at the planning commission level?
That's a question for you. I would imagine that's on the city council level.
They do not do a planning, they do not, really?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Neil, I'm curious of how you feel of the bet now that Lisa Robertson has retired or quit. She's quit. She's not retired.
No, it's really not fair to Neil. Neil should be here.
She quit.
Neil, if you're out and about, stop in.
The city attorney, remember when he stopped in as Captain America?
That wasn't Neil. That was Captain
Oh, that
America.
was Captain America. That's right.
What's wrong with you?
Kevin Yancey, the mayor of Waynesboro. Welcome to
Neil
the
doesn't
program.
have pecs like that.
Neil says it's a joint public hearing. It's a joint public hearing.
Got
So,
it.
Neil, how confident do you feel in the upzoning bet with the over-under on June 19th now that Cena McGill has quit and Lisa Robertson has quit?
If I'm honest with myself, I think I'm losing my mustache. I think it's going to be awfully close.
I think the dynamics have changed. I thought it was 100% a slam dunk, and now I think it's maybe, I was literally thinking about this last week, 65, 70% in favor of Neil. The resignation of Cena McGill and the quitting of the city attorney, Lisa Robertson, is going to slow down progress on the dais. You've got to agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you so far. It's going to be close, but in my infinite wisdom, I mixed up jurisdictions, and Neil has corrected me, and I've forgotten that they do a joint public hearing. So in my calculus, I'm thinking they got to go through two, like Fluvanna County would go through two separate public hearings, right? They would do the planning commission, then the board of supervisors. The fact that they're doing joint, that
Works against you.
works very much so against me.
Yeah, because it's more efficient of a process.
So I think we're well, we're talking about the city, but
Yeah.
did you use the
Talking
word?
about the
Did
city.
you use the word efficient?
Yeah.
Just double
I
checking.
know, sorry.
double checking.
Sorry. And we got to be careful what we say because the mayor literally is
Yeah.
walking down right outside the studio here. We like the mayor.
What does that mean when he does that? What does that mean when he goes like that?
We love
I don't
the
know
mayor.
what that means.
We love you, Mayor Snook. We love you very much.
I actually had exchanged some wonderful emails with him and about the missing middle. I was doing on top of doing grandbaby stuff and seeing stuff. I toured some of the units that I was part of with the land trust and
Neil Williamson says negative, ghostwriter.
Negative.
The pattern is full.
Pattern.
Confidence is at an all-time high.
Yeah. We shall see.
We shall see.
I've
what
lined
does
up my
Neil
sister.
lose if he loses the bet?
Excuse me.
What does Neil lose if he
I
loses
think he
the bet?
brings. I think he gets to drink bourbon with us. Brings bourbon in.
No, Neil lost something.
No.
You bought him a bottle of bourbon. No.
Yeah, that was a previous bet that I lost.
He buys you a bottle of bourbon.
Yeah, then we all drink it.
Then we drink it, that's right.
Yeah.
Where you have to literally have your mustache shaved.
Yep.
On set by Neil Williamson.
No, stop it. Stop it,
I've
Mr.
missed
Miller.
you. I've missed
Stop
you.
it. Oh, hold on a second. I missed my little sticky thing.
Oh, man, the magnet. You just threw the I Love CVille magnet on the ground.
I did. Did you keep it up? I'll keep on doing that.
So he thinks it's very high. That he's going to win.
Yeah. And no, Neil, you are not shaving. I will not allow anything sharp in your hand by my face. I've lined up my sister Megan to come in and do it.
She's going to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very nice.
I'm.
What's the preferred nomenclature? Is it hairdresser? What is the?
Oh, don't do that to me. I got in trouble in the plane yesterday by calling the flight attendant something that I should not
The
have.
stewardess?
I didn't use that word.
Okay.
used
You
that
can't
word.
use that word anymore?
Apparently, you're not allowed to use that
Really?
word.
What's the preferred nomenclature for someone who works on your hair?
My sister.
Okay. Your sister does this professionally for a living.
Yeah.
You should know
Stylist?
this.
I don't know.
Oh, is it stylist?
I don't know.
I think you're right, stylist.
Yeah.
We need a stylist to shave a mustache?
No, but she's the only person I trust.
Okay, gotcha.
With
Gotcha.
something
Understood.
sharp
Understood.
next to my face. I'm not. The point is, I'm not going to do it myself.
Michael Plecker says stylist. He helped us. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Michael Plecker, you know the preferred nomenclatures. I appreciate
So let's talk about attached units a little bit.
And he also says, to your point, that things are going to be flat. Prices, values are going to be flat this year.
I don't think so. I think.
And Plecker's better half is in the mortgage business.
Sure.
Am I right on that?
At the federal level.
Yeah, at the federal level. She's in the mortgage business.
Yeah. Look.
So he's got a little, he's got intel.
Yeah. So what we took the two slides we looked at already, and the next two we're about ready to look at, are all macro, right? As far as our market is concerned, it's the larger footprint of the car footprint, and the next series of shows, Wednesday and Friday, we're going to start looking at some micro market numbers, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to get these slides all teed up this year for next year. Right?
Oh, I love it.
So when we can go and look comparative where we were. So from a larger footprint scenario, Plecker's probably right. You're probably going to see somewhere.
You're talking car across the board.
Car across the board. You're probably going to see a median, because these are median numbers, right? The actual units are actual numbers. The prices are median, right? So it's what's in the middle. Highs and lows are kicked out. He's probably right. We're probably going to be 430, 440, something close to flat. But when we start taking a look into micro markets like Fulvano, Lake Monticello, Green, Nelson, we're going to look in the Pantops area, right, for Michael. Those micro markets, we're going to see bigger shifts, right? We're going to see bigger shifts in volume, bigger shifts in prices. Some up, some down, right? So and that's the point that I've been trying to make, is that we coined the term MMM, micro markets matter, right?
I like that. M cubed.
That's 3, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
3. Daniel Pettit says, congratulations. Mustache Dan Pettit.
Thank you, Daniel. Daniel, I have some numbers for you, because you constantly ask about
Townhomes, attached property.
attached products. So we're going to get to that a little bit on that here in a moment. But that's what's going. That, if I had the crystal ball in front of me, and this is what a couple of weeks of thinking and reading and digesting all these numbers did for me, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to do it. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to call this. If we want to do a bet, we could do a bet later on in the week on it. What markets? No, once I get all the numbers together, what markets I think are going to stay flat, to Michael Plecker's analogy.
He thinks values in the car footprint will be flat year over year, 2022 versus 2023, and the car footprint. One of the Shenandoah Valley's finest backstops says values will remain flat, right around 430,000.
No, I think you're going to see a small percentage increase.
Kevin Yancey agrees.
Like a 1 to 3 kind of thing.
Yancey says, with the frenetic increases in prices over the years, this is the mayor of Waynesboro, they cannot sustain increases this year.
No, I think certain markets will, and certain I'll tell you the two.
And by certain markets, you mean neighborhoods?
Locations. Location is where is what is going to matter. But you've got to get those other 3 rights connected to where, because it doesn't matter. You know, if it's in the right location but too expensive, doesn't have the right features, and is in horrible condition, the buyer right now, you know, isn't going to. I shouldn't say this. The 2 deals we did, all of them did not do home inspections or septic inspections.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Still?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. These were in our first week of January, and they were.
That's bananas.
Cash, over asking price, no contingency.
And you put them under contract from Seattle.
Yeah, well, it's not that I'm that good.
It sounds like it.
It's
Sounds like
that I
All
have.
right, maybe not him. It's Yonna's that
No, Mrs. I did all. No, Mrs.
Oh, you did the work.
I did. I do. You
work.
Most people don't. It's amazing. I actually work.
I love Keith so much.
I actually work.
I know you do. You work hard.
Who the freak knew that?
You work hard. I know you do. We joke around about it, but this guy busts his buns over here. He
At
works
what
hard.
is this?
No, he works hard. You work hard. I've seen it.
Yeah. So, no, I'm lucky because we got great people. Poor Emily. God love you, Emily. You should tag
Emily
her.
Funk, you want me to tag her?
Yeah, you should tag her.
Right.
I was, she between time changes and stuff like this,
And putting on holiday parties.
and controlling Santa Claus. Apparently, I saw her the other day. I rewatched that. Santa Claus needed a little help.
It wasn't Santa Claus that needed the help. It was the elves behind the scenes that were getting a little chitter-chattery.
Geez, I wonder why.
Right. It may or may not have to do with the fact that there was a full bar here and it was 10 in the morning.
And you know what? I'm looking over to the corner there.
It's still there.
It's still there.
The Makers is there. The big bottle of Woodford is gone.
Yeah, that I noticed. But
Yeah,
the
but
Makers,
the Makers is there.
the good stuff is.
And your rum is still there.
Oh, Didn't see
I
that?
don't touch that unless you're here.
Oh, good. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
We
you.
don't get into the ROM unless you're here.
I appreciate that. We'll have to do that a little bit on.
Well, you got a birthday
on
coming.
Wednesday. Yeah.
The big 6-0.
Yeah. So back into real estate.
Yeah. People appreciate the ADHD nature of this program.
My God, I hope so.
I mean, I'm trying to keep up with you.
I gotta hope so because it ain't getting any better.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you're 60. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
It ain't getting any better.
You think the values are actually going to uptick? That's your point.
Yes.
Maybe yes?
Maybe no. Yes.
Maybe no yes.
Okay. So in a macro scenario, I think when we run these numbers, very specific though, single family detached, no new construction, right? In the car footprint, I think we're going to be somewhere between 430 and 440. If we're calling that flat,
I mean, that's flat.
then we're on the same page.
A 10 grand increase when you're at 430 in 2022, median sales price is
I
flat.
I would agree with that. Except when you start digging into and what's going to make it flat is certain areas going to go above and certain areas going to go below.
I think you're the expert. I just have a microphone and have learned from you quite a bit over, what show is this?
Oh God, I didn't even look. It's
Rough estimate?
4 something.
Back of the napkin, over 400.
Oh, for sure over 4 because we did 400. So I don't know. Great question. I'll have to look. I'll have that information on Wednesday.
From what I've learned from you, I am a bit trepid on some of these outer counties that are far from the epicenter of employment.
Yep.
As employers have leverage over employees now again and are asking folks to come back to work. I'm concerned about Buckingham's values. I'm concerned about certain pockets of Nelson and their values. I'm concerned, and Kevin Yancey, you don't always want to hear this, I'm concerned about certain aspects of the other side of the mountain. I'm concerned about certain aspects of Louisa, Keith Smith.
Well, and I'm just looking. I just pulled up my Paragon. I'm just going to take a look at what the numbers were this week, ending 7 days.
And Paragon is?
Our MLS system.
Yep. And what are you seeing over there?
I gotta get there. We were traveling that week.
I think the jurisdictions where you have to drive a little bit to Charlottesville and Albemarle County where the jobs are going to get a bit softer as these interest rates stay in the mid-6s or above. Yes, Keith Smith.
So we're a couple days difference. Week 7, same car footprint, 7 days going back from the 9th backwards. We're at 54 new units came on, so this is the car footprint, and 62 went pending. Same week by a day. It was the 10th going backwards. Would you want to take a gander on how many new homes came on? Let's call it the same week a year ago.
Tell us.
53. So
Get
only
out.
1 unit difference.
1 unit difference?
One
Wow.
unit difference. You want to take a look? Would you take a gander on what went into pending a year ago?
How many?
66 versus 62.
Gosh.
So we're
That's eerily close.
we are so damn. And again, these are 1 week snapshots, right?
Year over year, though.
Year over year, same week, there's a day difference on it. We're about the same set of numbers. So that's why I believe our volume will be kind of in this 25, 26, plus or minus a few units. But the price point overall, I think, somewhere between 0 and 5%. I know that's a big spread, but 5% of 400 is 20 grand.
That's
right?
still a lot.
So that bumps that 430 to 450. So I somewhere at the end of this week, we'll make some bets, and when I feel a little bit more bet on it, maybe we'll bet Mr. Plecker a bottle of Woodford Reserve on what we're going to define as flat. But when we start looking at each individual market, we're going to have much bigger swings than that.
Put slide 2 back on screen. Multiple people are asking for slide 2. Judah Wickower. And then Mustache Dan Pettit. We're going to go to single family attached.
Again, no new construction.
No new construction.
I have new
Mustache
construction
Dan Pettit.
numbers for him.
That's going to be slide 3 coming up, DP.
3 and 4.
Daniel Pettit's got one of the best forehands in Central Virginia. Just mechanically and fundamentally sound.
Not
and
a
that
bit.
mustache is second to none's. Well, maybe Keith's over there. Maybe Judah. Well, Judah doesn't have a mustache. That's a beard, right? I had a shave. My wife said that's getting scrappy, Jerry. Shave. So I shaved yesterday.
I'm a little disappointed though. I caught a little bit of the show
had to.
with Quentin. I think it looks good on you.
I thought it looked great too.
But I'm not.
Yeah, you don't sleep next to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with
Not
that.
that there's anything wrong with that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't pass up a Seinfeld.
That was great. I love
Seinfeld.
that you love Seinfeld. One of my favorite shows of all time, my friend.
Yeah. So look, we're week over week, year over year, kind of the same numbers. I got to remember to take a picture of that so we can save it for next year.
These are great slides, by the way.
Yeah.
You're getting props on the feed.
Thank you.
He created them all by himself.
I did.
These are your best slides.
Thank you. I had editorial oversight.
By your 9-month pregnant daughter.
My wife.
Actually, your wife and your essentially 9.5-month pregnant daughter.
In days.
Yeah.
And my oldest daughter. And, who's in the...
And I've met her.
Yes.
She doesn't hold back.
No.
Yeah.
No.
She's a tough cookie.
Yep.
I think that's fair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, it's the business she's in, right?
Oh, I know.
And where she lives.
Well, and the fact where she lives.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And she told me the other day, she goes, I work with a bunch of A-listers. You love the camera more than they do. I said, is that a compliment? She goes, no.
The camera loves Keith. The camera loves Keith.
I don't know about that.
Slide 3, Judah with camera.
I don't know. Did you see the picture of my bald spot right here?
I think you're making more of that than it actually is.
I don't know.
I've looked at some of the feeds here. Does the bald spot actually? I don't even see it. Do you see it, Judah? No, Judah doesn't see it either.
That's the reason I like this side better.
Yeah, well, this is him trying to weasel his way into this chair over here. That's what he's trying to do.
That's literally what I'm trying to do.
And the only reason this came up is because your mom said something to you about this.
She did, yeah.
Yeah. The Smith ladies don't hold back.
Oh, Jesus, they don't.
Oh, Jesus, they don't.
They really don't. Thank God I'm comfortable in my own skin.
Thank God you have Forrest the dog.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I come second to him, that's for sure. Maybe even
Did Forrest go to Seattle?
No, Forrest, I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud. Forrest went to doggy daycare for however long we've been gone.
Get out. That whole time? That was more than the trip.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Forrest was in doggy daycare was that 2 weeks?
No. We'll pick him up tomorrow. He's still there. So it'll be 12 nights.
That's extremely expensive.
No. Shout out to Green Dogs.
Okay, Erica Renee.
Yeah, shout out to them.
We know her well.
They're wonderful. You have to look at her website and figure out numbers, but
I know Erica Renee well.
Yeah.
Erica Renee Proctor. She's fantastic. She's in Troy.
Yeah.
She's got basically a little dog estate out there.
She does. Yeah, we love it. And so we're doing a little bit of both. Doggy daycare and training connected together.
Okay.
So maybe Forrest will come back trained. I doubt it.
That's why we like Forrest.
What I'm concerned about is I'm booked for next week.
For
me. What's going to happen?
You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
I don't know. It
turns 60 in how many days? 2?
2 days, yeah. Wednesday, yeah. So I think I'm booked. I prefer to call it sexy 60s, but I have a feeling I'm going to be get back. So let's talk about
single family attached.
Yeah, do we want to go back to the other slides? Any questions on the other?
Number 3. People want to see slide 3?
Yeah, so slide number 3 is our car footprint, single family attached year over year. Again, no new construction. So we're doing volume first, then we're going to do price.
Okay.
And
it's on screen. Look at the screen.
Yeah, price. So the volume is substantially below, but what I wanted to talk to Dan about is
look at this, Dan Pettit.
So there was 436 units sold, which is 130 units under 2021. But obviously, single-family detached was 2,722. So there's a huge difference between that. But if you take a look at it, there was this up and down on volume, right? It wasn't as consistent or as even as a single family attached. So 2021 was the banner year at 566. 20 was under at 426, so that's actually below 2022. So 2022 is more acting like 20. 19 was 429, which was below 2018. So pretty much 18. If you go back and look at the number to the bottom on 400, and I'm just plus or minus 10 units, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21, we're all in that 400 range, between 400 and 440, somewhere in that range on that end of it. But if you take a look at slide number 4, which is the price.
Slide 4? Judah's got it on screen. Look at the screen. Slide 4, median sales price, single family attached. This is attached product, no new construction.
No new construction. But look at the bars on that versus the single family detached. They were pretty flat in 18 and 19, but started their big 20 grand jumps in 80, another 30 grand jump in 20, another 35 grand jump in 21, and then a 30 grand jump in 2022. I think you're going to see, Dan and I may differ on this. I don't think you're going to see a little bit of a surge of single-family attached new construction units, probably the first half of this year. Then after that, it's going to drop off. There's just not enough new projects coming out of the ground to keep up that kind of the volume on it. So I think you're going to be looking closer to the under 400 in volume as far as no new construction for next year, and probably the same flat thing. That the attached may go backwards. We may end up going backwards on the attached in 2023.
Because you don't have enough stuff in the hopper.
I think it's that. I think that's where the interest rates are going to impact it enough. Not the problem, that's the wrong choice of words. The challenge with doing an analysis of single family attached is the car does not separate, or Paragon does not separate the villa, the duplex, from the true townhome. And that's difficult because you would have to physically go in for 300 and click off each one that is not a true, what I call a true attached product, which is a townhome, block of 5, block of 4, that kind of thing. So you got me all nervous about my mustache coming off. My ADD kicked in and said, "Oh shit, I'm going to lose my mustache."
No, it's not a slam dunk yet.
I'm preparing myself for it mentally.
Not a slam dunk yet.
So when you start looking at these villas, right? These are duplexes.
Yeah.
Right. They're typically masters on the first floor, right? Typically.
Right.
They're typically my buyer profile, right? The ancient.
The sexy 60s.
Sexy 60. I thought you would get a kick out of that.
No, I thought it's great. That's called alliteration. Someone who works in branding loves alliteration.
There you go. I have no idea what that big word means, but it sounds good.
You did it.
Yeah.
You did it well.
There you go. So I think if you pull them out, these numbers look very different.
Okay.
And this is a ton of work to start with because I create these searches myself. And it's something I'm going to try to talk to Carr about to see if they can create another category,
Another field.
Another field for duplexes or villas.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because it's a
very different product.
It's a very different product.
Yeah.
And a very different price point. So that's the struggle with that. But look, I think the same thing. I think you're going to be somewhat flat in the macro scenario. I think in the specific areas, you'll probably be a little higher.
This question's come in from Stephanie. She says, why would they not be building
Stephanie.
more attached product if the price point is more manageable as interest rates are higher? That's a great question.
Yeah, so it's a pipeline thing, right?
That's a good question.
It's a perfect question.
Yeah.
From a fellow grandparent.
Not that side.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
That's why when you don't watch the show, you don't get to see that.
But we do love Stephanie Rhodes.
We do love Stephanie Rhodes, yeah. So it's a great question. It's a pipeline problem, right? So, as I said earlier, you'll probably see a little bit of a bump of them in new construction, but not a huge bump. I think you're going to see it kind of fizzle out a little bit because, as Neil would say, and back to this whole missing middle process and this red tape into green tape process that we've been talking about, for 100 years on Real Talk, it takes forever to get a project done. So, an example. Colonial Circle. They
Fluvanna County.
Stanley Martin Homes, one of the great sponsors of the show. I saw a Facebook post, and I believe it was an email blast that went out. They're starting to market the product, their units at Colonial Circle. That project took 6 years, because I was part of it. I helped the client go through the process. It took 6 years from beginning to this point that we're actually took over 6 years, to this point right now that they could potentially sell. So anything that's in the pipeline, they'll start coming out of the ground. But if you're entering the pipeline now, or you entered the pipeline 2 years ago, you still got a bunch of years to go before you can actually sell. Did that make any sense?
Yeah.
So, I think you're going to hit this plateau, and then you're going to start going off. Now, Greene County's got a bunch of product that's going to come into the ground that's been recently approved through the development process on it. They're through the site plan. Some of them are in site plan. Some of them are being developed. So there's a bit of a backlog there. But 2023, I don't think you're going to see a huge influx of new construction attached products. It'll be 400, maybe 200, something like that, but not much more than that.
Keith, your crystal ball has proven to be correct quite often.
Yeah, sometimes it has a crack in it.
You got new construction data to share.
I do.
And you don't often share the new construction data, so I want to get to it.
Well, there's a reason why. I prefer to have Greg Slater sitting next to me when I do this.
We love Greg Slater.
Because
I haven't seen that man in a minute. When you talk to him, tell him I said hello.
I will. I've been mapping out the next couple of months and trying to get him in and stuff like that. So here's the number struggle. The reason why single family detached, no new construction is really good, solid numbers, because they're solid in Carr, they're solid in Paragon. Sometimes new construction never makes it into the system, right? Right. So there's a number of units out there that may not make it into the Carr Paragon system, and that's why Greg is so awesome, because he keeps track of them. Literally calls the builders up and say, what are your contracts? What are your new construction coming out? So he actually has up to the minute data. So based on, and that's why if you take a look at my slides, data source, Carr MLS, huh?
Yeah, very nice.
There you go. I'm learning.
You're citing your source.
I'm citing my source. So Carr footprint, single family detached, year over year, new construction only. Single family detached, so these aren't the villas, right? We're going to call them attached later on. 2022, there was 578 closed. These are units that went under construction and closed, and folks moved in 2022. 2021, there was 243, so 2022 was actually up by 35 units. And this, if you take a look at the bars, you see how they bounce all over the place. 2020 was at 563, so that was pretty close to 2022. Then 19 dropped back down to 462. Then 18 jumped back up to 488. I think you're going to see something closer to the 400 range, closer number in 2023. Again, it's just a matter of what developments come out of the ground on that end of it. Builders releasing lots, not releasing lots. There's a whole strategic pathway through that. So that was slide 5.
He's
I'm
got
sorry,
it up there.
I forgot to call
He's
the slide
got it up there. Judah's with us.
Got it. 6 is the price. Very interesting on the price on single-family
Lord.
detached area.
Lord.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
So
Look at this slide, guys.
That's a hard one to verbally explain because it's bouncing all over the place. Right, so we ended at 509 and 22, but let's jump down to 218.
Why did it drop?
I think some of it, I think 2020, I've been thinking about this since I did it. I think 2020 was a lot of the COVID. I think it was a big impact. Lumber remember when lumber was
Bananas.
3-4 times the price of
Yeah.
what it is now. So I think a lot of that had to do with it. I think COVID had a big impact on the new construction end of it. And again, new construction is all about timing, right? Remember, location, price, features, condition, this timing thing we talk about all the time. So timing, where projects get approved versus the market. Believe me, I've been through this, right?
Firsthand.
That's how you lose $17 million, right? When you take a project that takes this long, 6 years to get done, it's a crapshoot, right? It's a bet, right? That I'm betting what the market's going to be.
That's a risky bet.
And it's not a mustache.
No,
It's not a bottle of bourbon.
yeah.
It's everything.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how those numbers bounced up and down. I'm not ready to call what 2023 is going to be on new construction, but I wanted to get this slide out to everybody so we can take a look at it. And it's one thing we'll talk about after the show. I want to kind of create a tab.
Yeah, we can do that.
And
we
then-
can easily do that on Real Talk with Keith Smith.
And then I'm going to start housing these reports.
I think that's a great
with
idea.
These great colors.
I mean, I'm going to cut to the chase here. I'm saying this, not you. The quarterly reports.
no, don't do that to me. You're going to get me
Quarterly
in trouble.
reports are coming out faster on Real Talk with Keith Smith than they are with other entities.
I
will leave it at that.
I just want to tell you, when I told everybody at the car board meeting I wasn't going on for health reasons, everybody went, "Oh, thank God." They did.
did not.
They went, "Oh, thank God." This Smith.
They did not.
They did. I said they did.
Real Talk with Keith Smith
Neil was there. He
is going to give
vouch
you
it.
quarterly sales data at a quicker clip than other entities.
There you go.
I can say that.
That would
was
be a true.
diplomatic.
That would be a true statement and would be diplomatic on it. So it's interesting. So when I put these, I'm going to do a little bit of narratives per slide, and in advance, I apologize for my inability to write.
So you're great.
Yeah.
This is
So
great.
attached back to Mustache
Dan
Pettit. So these are car footprint, year over year, new construction. What time is it? Ooh.
Yeah.
New construction only. Volume, right? Look at the bars. They were all over the place. The big year was 19, right? I haven't dig into why yet. So on the new construction stuff, there's not a lot of why in these slides going forward. But I just wanted to get some basic information out. So we went from 2022 of 174 units closed, new construction, car footprint per Paragon. Caveat: there's a lot of sales in here that we don't see. That don't make it in there. 2019 was almost double, round the numbers up a little bit, almost double. My suspicion is we're probably going to be somewhere between the 175 and the 225 volume, I think, in 2023. Slide number 8, our last slide for today.
Judah's got it up. Judah, you're doing a hell of a job today.
Thank you, Judah.
Yeah.
19 and 18 was kind of flat. Couple $1,000 difference, $6,000 difference, up and down. Big jump in 20 of 20 grand to 375. Another jump in 21 of 32,000. But you take a look at that 2022 jump,
It's
57 grand.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with that, or here's the struggle with that number. And I need to make sure folks understand that. So much of that is these duplexes that are in the 400 range, or these villas, and it really skews these numbers. So somehow or another, if I've got the time and hours, I'm going to figure out a way to pull that out manually and try to break up another series of slides where I'm going to call it townhomes, like car footprint townhomes year over year or quarter over quarter, and then villas or duplexes. And you'll find that it's going to be substantially different. But I didn't have enough time to do that when I was out.
And we're going to archive these slides on Real Talk with Keith Smith.
Please, that would be great.
Yeah, please. I think we should do it. In fact, any data points that you show on the show should be archived on Real Talk with Keith Smith. And how we can do it, Judah, this is the suggestion, and we're doing this meeting on the fly here.
Are we? Got it.
Is
Yeah, because you got something else to do.
well, I think what you could just call it on the menu bar is reports.
Yeah, you guys are the geniuses. I'll do this stuff.
Reports or data.
Yeah, we'll just do a separate tab.
Yeah, separate tab.
And then you
on the
could-
menu bar, and then you take the attachments that he just sent us, these 8 slides, almost like a blog post, and you feature them, and we can send folks to the website to check it out. That look
Well,
at
when
the
you do
audio.
it, when you do it on the social media, you could just do the URL link for
That's
that
right.
tab.
Yeah, it'll have its
Look
own
at
URL
this.
link.
Look at
and
this.
the URL.
It only took me 400 something shows to figure
What
this
would
stuff
you
out.
title this? He needs a title for these 8 slides.
Well, you guys are the geniuses. Well, I think I don't know. We'll figure that out. Also, I probably have to do a little narrative with them.
like a
right?
paragraph.
Yeah, like in a.
Yeah, a headline and a paragraph.
Oh, I was going to call it an executive report, but
Yeah. There you go. Oh, executive report. That's called branding.
or 60-60 report. How about that?
Executive report.
Yeah.
I
Now,
love
some sort of a bullet point analysis for it. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll,
How about this question
Yeah.
from Spencer?
Hey, Spencer.
Keith,
Yes, Spencer.
are you confident in the real estate market in 2023?
Yes. And it's a volume. It's a look. We have a pool of buyers out there that still want to buy. We have a pool of sellers that still want to sell. The proof is in the pudding. We're almost flat year over year for the same week, right? I just did that live. I was surprised. I expected last year's number to be higher than this year number. Now it changes from week to week and so forth and so on, and we'll keep a track of that. But it's a volume thing. The where is going to matter. It always has mattered. It mattered very little in the insanity, frankly, that it was the last couple of years. It really didn't matter, right? It's kind of like if you had a pulse, it worked, right?
Was the even a turkey could fly in the wind?
No, hurricane.
Even a turkey can fly in a hurricane.
Yeah, so you throw it up, the hurricane
That's
blows
Yonna's
the turkey.
thing.
Yeah.
I love Yonna.
That was a classic yogiism.
That's
Yonaism.
Yonaism.
On that end of it. So that's what's going to happen. So again, why I'm so excited about what we're doing. I'm so excited about the real estate. I'm so excited about the show going forward.
Oh, the show is becoming the gospel. Candace F. Cox, this is absolutely awesome. Thank you very, in all caps.
My pleasure.
Keith Smith, thank you very much.
That I was a little nervous about today. I haven't sat behind this mic
but it's
in
been a breeze.
3 weeks. So
Has it not been a breeze?
Yeah. Well, be prepared, right?
Be prepared, and you're good at it.
Yeah. And so anyway, we'll keep a track of this stuff. We'll bring in great experts. I'm excited about the next year for Real Talk with Keith Smith. I'm excited about sitting across from you and Judah. We're going to bring some folks in and all that stuff. But I want to try to be the source of the source.
You are the source
right?
of the source.
To bring stuff to come out that way. But where's going to matter? Hire a trusted advisor. We've got some great people on our team, but there are a ton of great folks out there in the marketplace. Hire a trusted advisor, and you know what? Listen to them. That's hard for people to do. Hard for me to do from time to time. If you're going to hire somebody, and you've been there before.
I have.
If you're going to hire somebody to do something, listen to them and do what they tell you. The reason we sold these couple of units,
That's because they listen.
Yeah, we had the conversation. We'll save this for another show. My next door neighbor sold a house 6 months ago for whatever. I said, well, that was the market 6 months ago. Here it is. Here's the data. Here's the numbers. This is where we got to be at on it. And the only reason I took the other one in, I almost said the place. The other one by the attorneys that asked us to do that is because these are 2 outstanding attorneys that I have the greatest respect for. And they said, look, we need some help. I said, great, we'll help you out for it. But I would have never took that listing at that price that it's out there because I knew that we weren't going to be able to sell it. So listen to your trusted advisors. We've got a ton of them here. Go ahead, pull down our partners tab on
Real
the
Talk
website.
with Keith Smith.
They're all trusted advisors. Listen to them and they will point you in the right direction.
Give Braden Harrop some props. He's watching.
Yeah, and the pictures matter, drones matter, drone pictures matter on that stuff. So it's 11:35. I know you got a show to do, and otherwise I'll keep on talking.
Todd Rath, make sure you reach out to him.
Yep, it's the ball is in Todd's court. There you go.
Okay.
And but I am going to go grab some cider though.
Cider for Wednesday. He turns 60 years old on Wednesday. When you see Keith Smith around town, wish him a happy birthday. Send Keith Smith a direct message. Wish him a happy birthday.
And just say hi.
Send Keith Smith a text message and wish him a happy birthday. He is the big 60 on Wednesday.
I've got basically 1.5 days left in my 50s. Then it's going to be the sexy 60s. I'm going to stick with that.
Harry Tyson.
Oh, Harry.
They are all very lucky to have Keith as their grandfather.
Oh, shit.
Harry Tyson. I love you, Harry Tyson.
Harry, I'm very, thank you, my heart, thank you so much, man. I got to tell you.
Harry Tyson, did you win the bet or did Keith win the bet?
No, I won the bet. I won the bet. I won it.
Harry Tyson
We may be a little competitive.
Keith's fabulous son-in-law.
Yeah.
I've met him multiple times, an all-around A-plus guy, and he's got fantastic beard game.
Oh.
His beard game is fantastic.
Oh, Harry, you need to put a picture in that. He is beardless. I don't know. He may have.
He sold it? He shaved it?
He may have grew it back, but he shaved it for Christmas.
The beard is gone, Harry?
But yeah,
Get out of town.
it's top secret. Why I can't say why.
It's top secret?
Totally top secret.
Okay. All right, Harry. Happy New Year, my friend.
I
feel like I know Harry quite well. We've met three times.
Yeah, I used to have a top secret clearance with the government, and he revoked it. So top secret, can't tell you why.
So Harry, this is what Harry looks like. His profile picture right here.
There you go. Look at that.
This is from 2011.
I'm about to say.
You gotta lift it up.
This picture's from 2011 right here.
Yeah. He's got He's got 2 kids and living with my wife since then. So my wife.
Your oldest daughter.
Oh boy, that was a Freudian slip.
Your oldest daughter.
My oldest daughter. So he's probably looks a little bit more worn for the.
No. No.
Got to put up with us.
Harry Tyson's like a fine wine.
Okay.
Like a fine wine.
I think he would prefer bourbon, fine bourbon,
Okay.
fine aged bottle of whiskey.
There you go. Harry, you're a bourbon guy?
Oh yeah, big time.
I'm a bourbon guy too.
You guys are starting to get me into it.
Bourbon's delicious.
Yeah, well, truth be told, I had an experience at the age of 15 where I decided that it was a great idea
Jim Beam.
to drink a whole bottle of Jim Beam, which was dumb and then dumb.
Jim Beam is...
Yeah, it was just beyond stupid.
It's very different than the bourbon you should be drinking.
And everybody has one of those stories with some liquor.
Oh, yeah.
And mine was bourbon.
Oh, yeah.
And it's taken...
That's called taste aversion.
It's taken almost 5 decades
to get back on the bourbon train.
Well, and I'm not. Well, I've never been a real. We joke about it and we have a great conversation, but I'm a sipper and that's it. One and done and move on. It drives the guys crazy at Belmont, which we didn't talk about. You going to talk about that at the noon show today?
What's that?
What happened in Belmont?
I am. Ray Cadell, I see your comment right there on the Charlottesville Belmont. Do you want to offer a little perspective?
Yeah,
About 60 or 90 seconds?
Yeah, that those who have not followed the local news, there was a shooting and a death in Belmont, right across from one of our favorite restaurants, but multiple restaurants out that way, and
during broad daylight.
Yeah, it's
with an automatic gun.
Yeah, not an automatic.
Semi-automatic?
Semi-automatic. Yeah. So
I don't know much about that.
Yeah. Semi-automatic. Every time you pull the trigger, it fires.
Yeah.
When you pull the trigger and multiple bullets come out, that's automatic.
Okay.
So in any event, we'll probably follow a little bit up on that late in the week. See if I can dance around this. For a hot second. Because, Tavola is my favorite place, and that's where I want to go for my birthday on Wednesday night or Tuesday or Wednesday or any day of the week. For a hot second, it entered my mind, oh, shit, right? And then another hot second, I said, screw that. I'm not letting that impact how I do. But It's the
What do you think's going on?
My suspicion is if you talk to the police department over there, it was probably drug related, some sort of drug/gang related. And it doesn't make it right, doesn't make it whatever.
I think that's a good call right
Yeah, I mean, the cop in me and stuff is sort of whatever I was is coming out. But
Does it worry you that it's coming into
what worries me is the time
places of commerce?
and the time of day.
Sunday at before 2 p.m.
Yeah, you know, it's an interesting thing.
You see about that, Judah?
I think the question, I think the question is that going to impact what we just talked about?
You're talking about
Real
economy
estate.
and real estate?
Yeah. I've got an opinion on that, but we're going to save that for later in the week.
Okay.
I'm gonna
We certainly hope not.
well, I think it might, but
And Belmont?
I think the whole area, the whole downtown Charlottesville. But we're going to save that. I'm going to let you talk about that, and we'll fill it in on
Wednesday, on your birthday.
Yeah. And so this whole week is just you and me, man. I'm
love
looking
it.
forward to it.
Today was a breeze.
Love it.
An absolute breeze.
Thank you, and thank you everybody for my patience with my slides. I think I'm getting better at them.
Well,
Only took 4 years.
We archive the shows on realtalkwithkeithsmith.com, and starting today, we're going to start archiving slides and data and tangible analysis that Keith Smith offers on the program on realtalkwithkeithsmith.com.
Let's give Judah a couple of days to build it and do
I
it.
think we could get this up today, right? All you need is a headline, right?
Well, you also need Smith to go ahead and give you the analysis.
That's true. Yeah. All right, so the ball's in Keith's court.
I was trying to defer out.
I know, he's trying to throw it on Judah over there.
I was trying to.
Keith Smith is A-plus people, Yes Realty Partners.
Missed you, man. I missed you. I missed you.
Can
I
you
missed
tell?
you.
I missed you too.
I missed you too.
Judah, you did great, didn't you? It was absolutely great. Look at that. What a
I got a raised eyebrow.
great confirmation.
Thanks for building up my confidence.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Man of many words over there. The I Love CVille show is up in 45 minutes. Thank you kindly for joining us on Real Talk with Keith Smith, presented by Yes Realty Partners.
And a
We will
bunch
see you
of
guys.
awesome partners. Pull the tab down.
Click the Partners tab on the website and look at the best of the best in real estate. Judah Wickower, Keith Smith, Jerry Miller, thank you kindly for joining us. We will see you on the I Love CVille show in 45 minutes. Take care. And Liza knows the show is over.
Isn't it amazing?
Absolutely amazing.
Liza literally knows it's over.
Knows the show
You
is
want a
over.
bone? Want a treat?